episode number 259. What if Camaro was mid-engine? Welcome to the Camaro Show.
A podcast about all things Camaro and GM performance news.
I'm Chris Frezza.
And I'm Jason Debler.
We're your hosts for this week's episode of the Camaro Show. Want to be part of our show? It's easy.
Just leave a message on our voicemail hotline at 586-486-3182.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everyone, for another exciting episode of the Camaro Show. I'm Chris.
I'm Jason. I got texted and I got distracted. Yeah. And I'm driving.
Yeah.
And watching a YouTube video while we do this. Welcome to the Camaro Show. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is.
No matter where you're at. You might want to turn that off.
I wish I knew how. Yeah, go away. Go away. Thank you. All right. Got a cool show for everybody.
Yep. How's everything down in Nashville?
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, seeing as the world is going to end, and people are freaking out and deciding to try and scare everybody by going out and buying up all the toilet paper for some strange reason.
That's right.
Because when you get an upper respiratory infection like COVID-19 is, you're gonna go through all your toilet paper.
Oh, sure, absolutely. And there's no other means to solve that problem.
Exactly. So people are losing.
We're just gonna eventually just walk around all dirty.
People are losing their ever-loving minds.
We're all gonna die. Well, someday.
Well, let's talk about that to begin with, because New York Auto Show was not canceled, but supposedly is going to be moved to August of this year. Geneva Auto Show was canceled. From what I'm hearing, they're thinking about canceling the Detroit Auto Show, and that's not even till June.
Wow.
All major sports have been shut down.
Yep.
The state of Michigan has canceled school for the next month. It is now illegal to gather in a place that has more than 250 people in the state of Michigan.
It is illegal. They made a law.
Yes. It is an emergency thing. No gatherings of over 250 people anywhere in the state of Michigan until April 13th, I can't remember what it is, but stupid people need to wash their hands and go about their lives
and
like
clean
they normally
your butts.
would. And yes, I know this is a serious thing.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm. I live with a medical professional who says the same thing. Go about your lives, wash your hands. They're discussing at the hospital the H1N1 virus that came across. It was about 8 years ago.
Swine flu?
Yeah, was worse than this. The side effects or the effects of the swine flu were worse than this.
And at that time, my son was in high school, and he was in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his guys on his team, one of the kids on his team, kid at the time, they called him Swine because he got the swine flu.
Yeah.
And he didn't die.
No. People like us, we'll be fine if we get it. In fact, Leslie told me yesterday that they're telling them it's better if you do get it because you will get your own immunity to it instead of having to wait for an inoculation for it.
Better if you do get it
now because your body will develop your own.
Can you only get it once?
I think so, because it's one strain.
I did hear that somebody did get it twice, but it maybe it's one of those things that typically you'll only get it once.
And this is changing.
Well, I told my wife, I said, at the way things are going, we're probably going to get it.
Probably.
So stay healthy,
Wash your hands.
Tell my wife to stop smoking, cigars and inhaling them.
Yeah.
No, but it's gonna hit the people that are already their system's already quite compromised.
Mm-hmm.
I understand severely overweight and elderly people, yes, are more susceptible to not getting it, but to have it take its toll on you.
Yeah, just like any other virus.
Believe it or not, my source that I was going to just to learn more about it, people are going to think I'm nuts, but is the Joe Rogan podcast, because he interviews people that aren't hype machines, that are experts, and they talk about it on a very comprehensive and frank level. And the one guy that was on, I forgot his name, but I guess he's been doing like virus bug hunting for a long time. Like he's a world-renowned expert in it. He's not just like some joker that's, saying get toilet paper and water, we're all going to die. And he was saying that the difference between this and the flu is that the flu they have a shot for. They don't know how to deal with this yet. And they're so far behind on getting a shot out or getting
it's going to take time. They're a year away. They're at least a year away.
Yeah.
And then, then there'll be an inoculation for this.
Yeah. But
a vaccine.
And then everybody will forget about it and they'll go back to AIDS. Remember AIDS? Oh, wait, nope, nobody cares about that. Heck, I see pills on TV. Take this. Yeah. And if you get AIDS, no big deal. It's pretty much what they're saying.
Yeah. Well,
it's weird.
From what I understand, the big problem here, and probably the reason why they're shutting everything down is that the spread of this for your parents and grandparents is what the problem is. You and me, we may be able to fight this off no problem, showing no more than signs of a cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kids seem to be able to carry this with no symptoms whatsoever. When they're not showing signs of anything, they can easily pass that on to somebody who has a compromised immune system.
Right. Right. Damn kids.
That's the problem, and I think that's why they shut the schools down.
Yeah. Well, I heard kids can get it.
They can. They
get hit with it pretty good, but
they're saying people under the age of 18, they're just they're not seeing any symptoms.
Damn kids. Yeah.
But anyways, the reason why we're talking about this on the Camaro show is because it's affecting so many things across the entire world.
Imagine GM building cars.
GM announced yesterday that if you don't have to come into work, if you can work from home, you are working from home.
Mm-hmm. I work from home all the time, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to become king of this land because everybody else will get sick and die.
I think we're going to see in the next week, it'll spike, and then it's gonna go away. That's it.
I saw a headline, and I don't know if this is tying into what you're talking about or not, but flattening the curve.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. They want to see it. That's what they want to see is the cases start flattening out.
That's exactly what you were just referring to.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, I hope you all out there, of course, obviously, we hope that you don't get sick. But either way, even aside from this is a lesson learned, man.
And I would say this, be vigilant, wash your hands, be safe. But you know what? Go about your life as normal. Go support your local businesses out there. Those are the ones who are hurting out there. They have to, I don't know about you, but my inbox has been blowing up from every single company telling me about how they're now cleaning stuff. Well, what were they doing before?
You saw my Facebook post, didn't you?
Huh?
Did you see my Facebook post about that on my personal page?
I may have.
I don't post very much anymore on Facebook. Attention, all companies blowing up my inbox. Thanks for telling me you will clean stuff due to coronavirus. WTF were you doing before?
Well, it's true. They're just, and it's all a PR, and, they don't want someone to come, I got coronavirus from Taco Bell.
Right.
I got coronavirus from going to Best Buy. They're trying to get...
I got Speedway gas station. Because, when I think about, licking the floor of a bathroom, I think Speedway.
Every single company that I have like a frequent visitor card or something like that, Kroger, Meijer, I've gotten an email from all of them, including my car dealership, everything.
Oh, here's the letter I got. Here. Dear consumer, before the we are all going to die stuff started happening again, we were crapping in your food, peeing in your beer, and doing personally disgusting and or just weird things with your electronic goods before they were packaged up and shipped to you. But the good news is we stopped doing that, so you can rest assured that you won't die because of us. You will die because of the other company that had an oh crap moment after we did and didn't send their email before we did. They're still doing what we claimed we stopped doing. Or they aren't doing what we started doing. Either way, whatever suits your happiness. Don't buy from them anymore. Buy from us instead. And when you do, be sure to say bad like the sheep that you are. This is our way of taking advantage of your fear to get our name back in your face once again. We sincerely hate you and only want your money. We will all burn in hell for it, but we don't care at all. Sincerely, some very wealthy CEO, insert corporate name here. That's what I wrote.
Basically.
It's pretty much what we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about cars?
Yeah, let's talk about cars.
Stay healthy, everybody, and bump elbows instead of shaking hands.
God.
Let's talk about this whole what if Camaro was mid-engine thing.
Yeah, because didn't somebody do like a rendering or something?
Yeah,
like a month ago or something like that.
Yeah, March 2nd. It was a couple weeks. And I actually caught this on CamaroNews.com, but it's been spread all around. It was on a car lifestyle Facebook group. And yeah, somebody did a pretty decent looking Photoshop job of what if a Camaro went mid-engine like a Corvette. I mean, the Corvette is obviously all the news, man. I mean, it's eating up the entire automotive journalism scene because it's just, so revolutionary and groundbreaking. It's kind of what the Camaro was when the 5th gen came out.
Yep.
What do you think of this rendering, Chris?
I think it looks pretty cool. It's definitely someone, looks like they took the C8 and a Camaro and just mashed it together.
Either that or a Lamborghini. It looks like it's hard. It's hard, but
I like the wheels too.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good, but the question is, and doubt it will, but I mean, I think it'd be almost impossible to. What if it went mid-engine? Well, how would it still have a back seat that it barely has now?
Exactly.
I mean, I suppose at this point, what's the difference? But then, if it removed the back seat, then what's the difference between the Corvette and the Camaro?
Right. And then what about the price point?
Well, I mean, the Corvette price point's about the same as what it was when it was. That didn't change much.
Exactly.
And I think it was it's our buddy in New York that used to call into the show, Jonathan Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that was telling me a long time ago. He's like, don't expect the price to change. So, but what if? Well, Fiero did. Remember the Pontiac Fiero?
Oh yeah.
Still love them. They did make a one-off prototype. Pontiac did of a 4-seater. Well, I guess it'd be rear engine. It'd almost be at that point, but mid-engine Pontiac Fiero.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of stretched it from the back of the doors, stretched it back. And if you search around, you can find it. It's on a couple things, and it looks kind of neat, but it looks kind of weird. So that's the only way that it could still be a Camaro and be mid-engine and still have 4 seats.
I mean, the rendering looks cool. I like the rendering.
It's almost like a mini Corvette.
I'd love to see it in black.
I'm sure if you ask this guy, let's see, at gabe.design.
Make it in black. Make it in black.
See if I can see any of these other works. Remember when Photoshop jobs like this were unheard of?
Yeah. Remember when Photoshop jobs were just horrible looking?
No, that's kind of what I was saying in a polite way. And then a guy named Chris Horton came along and started doing skipping that and just doing his own 3D renderings. And remember that Camaro concept that just blew everybody out of the water?
Yep.
This does look pretty good.
Pretty badass.
Never going to happen. Nobody buy this if they could buy a Corvette anyway.
So are you seeing C8s driving around on the roads over by you yet?
No. How many? Are you starting to see a lot of them?
I see more. They're all, so far, all the ones I see all have manufacturer's plates still, but
they're getting delivered though. I know
they're getting delivered. Yeah, we're starting to see them. Pictures online, seeing dealerships are getting them in. I know Andy Garcia, one of our friends from the Camaro community. I saw him. He works at a Chevrolet dealership. I think it's in New Jersey. And I saw him. They were doing the work on when it comes in. I think Tom Henry. I think I saw him post them getting their C8 this week. And
wow,
yeah,
that's cool. I'd love to drive one.
I would love to drive one too. It looks pretty badass.
Too cool. Good job, Gabe Design. Good job. Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. Let's see here. What else we gonna talk about? Well, not a whole lot going on in Camaro news. And if you look back on things,
no, we talked about some electric stuff last week, and we had our friend Manny Katakis from Muscle Cars and Trucks on here, and we talked about things electric last week, and it seems to be a trend. So I saw a lot of the news outlets this week taking that same image that everybody else was talking about last week with the kind of looks like the Camaro, the EV or something.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And doing the same type of article. What would happen if Camaro went electric? I saw that going around.
Yeah, we can play what if games all day long, and that's the fun of being excited about what's happening in the future.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Well, should we do the little announcement we were going to do?
Sure.
All right. I'll lead off.
Go ahead.
Chris and I are running off to get married. No, listen, seriously. This is show number 259. So we've been doing the Camaro show for
that's being sexy. That's classy.
Oh, that's a throwback. Yeah, we've been doing the Camaro show for almost 5 years.
Yep.
Just shy of 5 years. Not to mention almost 10 years of, what was really the same show, but just under a different name, the CamaroZ28.com podcast. And there's just been a little bit of, we're starting to see news level off. We're starting to see Camaro level off and just hold steady. So it seems that it would just make sense for us to switch the show from weekly to monthly.
I'm having some hard times coming up with stuff to talk about.
Really,
and then
look at what we talked about earlier.
I mean, and people aren't calling in anymore either.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm seeing a dip in people even listening to the show. So is it that it's boring old news, or is it not enough news?
I see the curve flattening for the Camaro. It is.
I don't
just
know.
leveling off.
It's kind of sad, but you know what? Instead of trying to put out a show that's mediocre every single week and struggling to try and figure out what we're going to talk about, let's put together one nice show every month. And that's not to mention that if some breaking news comes out, you better believe we'll be getting together and releasing a show. No problem. But I think it's just the nature of the beast right now.
Yeah. Not to mention, we've got other things to do. We got other things going on. I'm going to be traveling a bit more for work, things like that. Chris, I know that you're going to be doing some traveling as well. So it's no big deal. We're just going to kind of consolidate things into one kick-ass episode per month, give or take, rather than splitting it out into weekly shows. Yeah. It's not really a big deal at all.
Maybe you'll get a longer episode too.
Yeah, that's what you guys wanted. Guess what? That's how you get it. just like Al would say, how much do you want to pay for that? Sure, you want a longer show? Fine, you got it.
Yep. So I think after this episode, we won't be back probably till the beginning of April.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put out any best of shows either.
Nope, because you can listen to them anytime you want when it comes down to it.
Right.
The entire back catalog of CamaroZ28.com podcasts are still out there, right?
Oh yeah.
And of course, the Camaro show. So if you really miss us, be sure to call in, leave your voicemails, and we'll save them until we do a show. Yeah. Or you've got 758 and 759, counting this one, episodes that you can go through anytime you want.
I love when people listen to old episodes and then they call in and they comment on them, or they email and comment, and then you got to oh my God, when was that? What was that about? And then you got to think back. It's oh my gosh.
Well, you still have all your notepads, right?
Of course I do.
Yep.
I got every episode, and your old notepad is sitting right here too, from when you used to come in here. But we have show notes on every single episode we've ever done, so we can just go right back. But now we do a lot. We use an online version that we can simply easily go ahead and search through too.
Yep. So there you have it.
So we do have some voicemails though, since we didn't do anything last week when Manny was here.
Love to hear them.
All right, let's play the first one. Hopefully it's not spam from Mike Bloomberg. Hold on.
Oh, not anymore.
Yo, what is up, guys? AJ, the resident Mustang guy. And I just wanted to call in and talk about something that probably is going to be a topic, but them canceling the Impala. The 2021 Impala is going to be the last one. And they're going to be retooling the Panasonic plant for production of the Hummer EV and another variant. I'm not sure what the name of it. I forgot. And just want to get you guys' opinion on it. Consider how long the Impala has been a nameplate. And an icon. Even through its front-wheel drive status, it still has been an icon, and even the most recent iteration is a very good-looking and comfortable car. And to one of the people in one of the articles I read was saying that maybe possibly in about 10 years, hopefully, and this is something that I'm hoping as well, that maybe Jim brings the car back in a rear-wheel drive platform and gives us another SS. I would have hoped they would have given us a Final Ride SS in the last model, but I know how much engineering and money that would cost, but hey, it is what it is. Just hope to see the Impala back one day and, return to its glory. But thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
AJ, the resident Mustang guy, wants to talk Impala.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that many years ago when they announced that the Impala, Malibu, all that was going away. In fact, February 27th, the last one rolled off the assembly line. And it was 2020, not 2021. So the last Impala rolled off the assembly line here at the Detroit Hamtramck plant in Michigan. And he's right. What's happening is they're going to be retooling that plant for the new Hummer EV and other variants. They also produced the Chevy Volt, the Cruze, the Buick LaCrosse, the Cadillac XTS, and the CT6. And I remember when GM had a social media event, and they brought me out, and they gave us a tour of that plant when they were making the Volt there. And it was pretty cool. They put us on one of these carts, and they just drove us around the factory. It was pretty neat. I remember that. Mike Lee was there. Remember that, Mike? And I'm trying to remember. There was a guy, I think, what's Keith from Corvette. I think he's a Corvette blogger.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think who else was there. There's a bunch of people. Oh, Nolan from Internet Brands, who's no longer at Internet Brands. He was there. A bunch of us. It was a fun time. But yeah, Impala's gone. It's a historic name. I mean, it went away before, came back. My wife still drives. She's got a 2014 Impala that she absolutely loves. It's paid for, and she loves it. It's like driving around a Barcalounger. That's how comfortable it is. That's how I say. I'm cruising down the expressway in it, and I said, man, this feels like I'm driving a Barcalounger. More comfortable than my Cadillac was.
Just a side note here. Remember you asked, not related to this, I'll get back to that, but just while we were talking, you mentioned Corvette Blogger. I'm like, I haven't checked out Corvette Blogger in a while. First thing I pull up, first drive in the 2020 Corvette Stingray with YouTube's Drive 615. 615 is Nashville area code.
Oh.
So I think I know that guy, and he just picked his up. So they're here. So back to what AJ was saying, back to the Impala. And first of all, AJ, thanks for calling in. Second of all, dude, you need to calm down.
He's so chill.
He's so chill. Man. Yeah, I heard somebody say humorously, and this is not a political thing, so don't turn it into one, please, but somebody said, who'd have thought that Bill Cosby would be in prison and Donald Trump would be president and not the other way around?
Yeah.
And who'd have thought that the Hummer is coming back
to
replace the Impala? It's really weird, but it's the trend. It's there was a trend when Hummer was, you might as well, paint communist on the side of your house with a rattle can.
They kind of used Hummer as like a rally cry for old GM and gas guzzlers and all that kind of stuff. And it was very unfortunate that kind of had to pay the price and go away at that time when it was actually a great vehicle. But it's coming back, and our good buddy Al is going to take care of it. So. Can't wait to see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the May event, I think it's May 20th, event is still going on. And not everybody's freaking out still about COVID-19.
Well, they'll do something. It may not be the biggest fanfare in the world, but they'll do something. It's it's I'm excited about it, but maybe I'm just stuck in my head that Hummer is bad. Oh. You know what I mean? Hummer bad. Gas guzzling.
Hummer
redneck. Bad. Don't use a turn signal.
Bad.
There's a lot of jokes about that, but I guess it's going to have to past the stigma.
Yeah.
And maybe it's going to come out and just blow everybody away. I got high hopes. I'm excited about it. Do you think if it's what you think it is, if what you have in your head is what it ends up being, would you get one?
It depends on the price point. I don't know. I've never bought a truck before. Well, I'd take that back. My Trailblazer SS. Would you consider that a truck? Or an
That's
SUV?
an SUV. Yeah, you can. You can call it a truck.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know we skipped all around, but back to the Impala thing. Thanks for bringing that up, AJ. And it's just a trend. And you're right. Maybe it will come back.
Yeah. Cool. We got one more voicemail, but if you want to get your questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, give us a call. Here's how.
Hey, want to be part of this show?
Well, we want to hear from you.
Just hit our digits at 586-486-3182, 24 hours a day.
Leave us a message, and we'll feature it in an upcoming show.
So what are you waiting for? Do it now.
All right, let's see. We got one more here. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan out in Old Japan, New Jersey. Just calling to say I'm always digging your show. I always appreciate the wonderful shows you put on. And keep up the good work. By the way, I got a C8 Z51 FE4 on order at $3,000, coming in, I think, May, June. Should be pretty cool. Anyways, talk to you. Thanks, guys.
Mr. Jonathan Brown. Weren't we just talking about him?
We were just talking about him.
From Old Town, New Jersey.
I said New York, didn't I?
Talking about his new C8, he's at status 3000, so it's coming in May or June. So he's got a Z51 FE4 on order. Woo!
Wow.
What color, John? What color? Black, right? Black.
Yeah, I gotta think he's driving a black car.
I want to see those pictures too, dude. So make sure you send us the pictures when you get the car. I'll love to check it out.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get a new Corvette soon.
Yeah.
No, not soon. Maybe a year or
I'm
two.
going to get a new Corvette soon.
I'm waiting for the Z06.
Okay. We'll see.
And then the price point, I'm like, nope, never mind. I'll buy a Hummer. Bronco has been making news too.
Yeah, there's some leaks this week, wasn't there? Of the baby Bronco.
Yep. It's if those leaks are accurate, they're going to sell 1 billion of those.
You think so?
I might even buy one. I told you I got a new cylinder head on my Jeep Grand Cherokee, right?
No.
Yeah, I got a letter in the mail in 2014, 2 years after I bought it, that said that there's a small percentage of Jeeps that have the 3.6 liter Pentastar engine, which mine does. So does the Wrangler. So does Dodge Minivan, and that may have a cylinder head issue that will cause rough idle and misfires. Stuffed it in my glove box, put it in an envelope, marked it, cylinder head issue, put it in the glove box. Didn't think about it. Forgot about it. Engine's idling rough a couple years ago, taken to the dealership. They're like, we can't figure it out. Seems to be fine. Everything seems to be fine. Just runs just a little rough. So it's one of those things. We can't figure it out. But it's fine. We assure you. Sure enough, I started getting misfire codes. My dumbass, I start clearing them out because I got a code reader. I'm like, it only happens once in a while. And then it started happening, like, instead of once every few months, it happened once every few weeks, and then once every couple weeks. I'm like, something's not right. Did some research, and sure enough, bad cylinder head means rough idle and misfire codes. I'm like, dude, I forgot about this. Pulled the letter out, went to the dealership. They did a leak down test. Sure enough, bad cylinder head. They replaced it because the factory said in the letter they will cover it.
Right.
And they did. While I was there, they said, I think you need tune-up. You're going on almost 90,000 miles. Let's change your plugs. I'm like, good idea. It's getting there. It's to that point. Dude, those plugs were toast.
Really?
Oh, they were in bad shape. Really bad shape. And my thermostat was going bad, and I was going to replace it. But I said, since you're there, put this thermostat on because I already bought it. Did that. Jeep is back tip-top shape, good for another 50 to 100,000 miles all over again.
Good deal.
I hope. I see no need to get rid of it. I've had it for so long, and I've taken such good care of it.
Yeah, it looks like it's in good shape.
But it's hard not to want the new thing. I love my Z06. It's absolutely fast as heck, and it's going to be even faster soon. But man, the refinement of the new Corvette, even my last week, the guy that came over with the ZL1 that lives in my neighborhood, Kevin, I just stood over that car. I'm like, God, I love this car because it's refined more and everything. So What do you guys do? Something to talk about in future episodes. What do you guys do when you're really happy with your car, but the lure and attraction of a new car, a new generation, or upgrades? How do you deal with it? So just something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess that's it. That's all the news I got. Oh, I put out a new YouTube video too.
Okay.
Nifty shop tool that I think anybody who does just about anything taking apart or putting together needs. From a company that I saw at SEMA that I just thought it was cool. Yeah. So I ordered one up. Check it out.
All right, you ready to get out of here?
I'm ready to get out of here. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, I guess.
A couple weeks, yeah.
Couple of weeks.
All
Until
right.
then, get your voicemails in.
See you guys later. Peace. Thanks for listening to The Camaro Show.
Don't forget, drop us a voicemail at 586-486-3182.
We'll see you next week. See ya.